you?
Here we are. Risk it for the biscuit.
Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome.
Episode 7.
Episode 7.
Seven's
I'm
my
coming
last.
live from my kitchen. Everyone can see my literally fruit bowl, barrel of alcohol here.
Get into that later. Love it. And I love, oh my God, you posted chicken Hainanese. Is it Hainanese? Is that how you pronounce it?
Oh my God, yes. I did a post on my Instagram about a 1-pot Hainanese chicken rice.
I need that recipe because it is like family favorite for us, and we normally drive 30 minutes to go and eat it like at a restaurant that does it. So yeah, totally need that recipe.
It's like a good little shortcut. It's not like, you know, when you do it from scratch or you get it from a proper place, it definitely doesn't hit that mark. But if you just need a quick kick in one pot form, then it will do the job for you.
Is it slow cooker?
No, you literally just dump everything in a pan and essentially put the lid on, and then the rice does absorption method and it's done.
Hey, really?
Yes.
I'm going to have to watch that reel properly. Like, did I watch it? I just saw chicken Hainanese. I'm like, I love that. Yes.
Same. Oh my God. Next time we see each other in person, we'll get Hainanese chicken. I'm obsessed.
You are? Like,
I'm obsessed.
Yeah. Look, definitely a favorite in our household for sure. Like, it's something that I feel like you can't go wrong with it. It's just like the flavors, and it's not like over the top, but it's like
I would love to go to Hainan in China to actually have like a proper.
I didn't know if it was Chinese or not. I couldn't. Yeah,
it is. It's from, the town is called literally Hainan, which is where the name comes from.
And that needs to go on the bucket list.
Yeah, and they like breed the chickens especially for that meal. Like they feed them a certain diet so that they're like fattier. They've got a higher fat content, and they're bred for that meal specifically.
That's insane.
I know. I was just reading about it before as I was putting it up. Yeah. I went on a deep dive.
Deep dive into chicken rice.
Correct.
It's it's definitely a fave. But I think, what's your other kind of like go-to food? Because you're a massive foodie, and you are like, well, you appear to be a great chef in the stuff that I see. I haven't had a taste test, so I don't know. I don't want to like give people the wrong impression.
So true. God, I have so many go-tos. What would be spaghetti? Just simple stuff though, like spaghetti bolognese, go-to, Silverside, go-to, any sort of mingle recipe-based sachet, go-to.
Mingles, yes, they're good.
Love a mingle.
I saw that you can buy like a full-on like a pack mingle.
Yes.
If you're listening, sponsor us and send me a pack, and I'll because I'm like, yes,
we love mingle.
Like like a full pack of all the sauces and recipes and shit like that, and then all no nasties, which is very cool.
Exactly right. What about you? What are your go-tos?
Look, I'm a sucker for a steak.
Amen.
Definitely at least once or twice a week in this household. But I really love, butter chicken.
Yeah, an Australian classic.
Literally, or like mutton beef if like the butter chicken's overdone. We probably eat that at least once or twice, or probably once at least a fortnight. But you know what I love for a really easy meal? A good old roast chicken from Woolies.
Go wrong.
And, you know, mashed potato, gravy, all the microwave shit that's nice and easy. It's probably a lot better for you than like getting takeaway. So that's my takeaway if I'm like, oh, I can't cook tonight, or can't
100%.
Yeah.
Grab a roast chook. So versatile. You can do so much stuff with a roast chook.
It's true. Like I normally buy at least one a week and just use it throughout the week. Like, you know, sandwiches, salads, like you can use it on everything. So, I mean, there's a lot of controversy out there about whether or not a roast chicken in the bag is good or bad for you because of all the toxins and blah, 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 blah. And talking about controversy, speaking of controversy,
segue.
Says you did a post this week that went viral. Like how, why? And like, let me just check it now, because I'm like, when I checked it yesterday, I was like, shit, man. But today we've got, where are you at? 433 views. Thousand views.
crazy?
Can you see that? 433K, like 433,000 views. What the fuck? Tell us about this.
Unbelievable. I'm going to be really honest. I had a couple of Negronis on Sunday night.
Love
and I was literally like sitting on the lounge and I was like, oh, I haven't put a reel up in ages. And I follow a lot of accounts where they give you ideas on the hook to put on your reel.
Ooh, I did not know
And
that.
one of them was like the hills I will die on. And I've seen examples like hills I will die on as a psychologist that's, 20 years in the industry, hills I will die on as a gluten-free nutritionist, just like stuff that people advocate for in whatever industry or whatever job or whatever,
okay. So does it mean,
this sort of thing.
So just to clarify, because I'm a bit unsure, but so that does the meaning of the hills I would die on mean that like I stand by this, like I'm an advocate and I stand by, etc., etc. Okay,
correct. Like here's my beliefs of whatever angle I'm coming from. So I was like, oh, I think I'm going to do that. And then I was like, oh, I might do a hospo post. I worked in hospo for just over 20 years. And
about it.
I think I put like 6 things on there. I went to bed and I did notice at that point, maybe it was at about 3,000, which is a lot for my account literally has like 800 followers. So 3,000 views is a lot. And then when I got up in the morning, did my usual, finally opened Instagram. There was probably at that point, I think it was up to 150,000 at that point, just overnight. And just the comments on there were crazy. I think I opened it up and the first one literally said, like, Tel Aviv is waiting for you, or Tel Aviv loves this woman. And I was like, oh my God. And then as I read, there was probably 80 at that point. But yeah, it was just an absolute onslaught.
Wow. So how did you like? I guess because I like obviously I've read some of it, and like anyone else on there, if you want to go read it, go like it. Go add some more abuse on there. No, I'm kidding. But like, what were you kind of thinking? Were you wanting to put it on there for backlash? Was it a bit of a smart ass like post, or was it just like your actual thoughts around that, like hills you would die on? Like, what was kind of like the vibe of it? Or you're just like, I'm not taking it too seriously, like whatevs?
100%. When I was writing it, I was like, all right, I'll do hills I will die on as someone that started in hospitality in 2002. I first started working at Subway. It was obviously my first job. And from there, probably all the way up till, because I really did change my attitude about hospo at some point. Let's say probably until I was a few years in at the Sea Cliff, so maybe 2019. Like, it was the same pattern wherever you'd go. It was like, so just for anyone listening, essentially what I wrote was that,
do you want me to read it?
Yeah, it's like if you're not getting any shifts because you've asked for 7 out of 8 weekends off, you're not getting any shifts because you're the first one to be like, send me home, and it's only been 2 hours. No one cares about your last venue, which to me was probably the harshest one, but I feel like I can explain that. Oh my God, I've had like a mental blank.
It's like, if you went out the night before, you rock up to work calling in sick, it's unacceptable.
100%.
You're not getting hours because you've asked for 7 out of 8 weekends off. You're not getting hours because you're always the first to ask for knock off after your 2-hour bistro shift. The head chef doesn't like you because you can't remember what left to right is rare to well done. Yes, working hospital means you sacrifice weekends and important events. No one cares about your last venue. I don't think it's that harsh, to be fair. It's the truth. Like, I worked in hospo a few years as well, and it's the truth. It's the industry. Everyone knows it.
It is the industry. Your biggest trade is on the weekend. And look, I'm sure there's hospo operators out there that if their staff are fantastic and they ask for 8 out of 9 weekends off and they're granted that, good for you. 100%. But when I was in hospitality, which was from the time I was 16, well, I obviously just finished in the industry this year, but up until I was in a licensed venue, the Sea Cliff was my first venue. If you weren't available on the weekend, there were no hours for you.
Okay, see you later.
If you weren't reliable, you weren't given weekend shifts, you weren't given those Sunday rates. That's where the cash was to be made. But what I found interesting is that people took it like I was saying I'm a martyr for working 90 hours a week, never having any time off. And most of my time was spent in front of house. My management roles were a small percentage of my hospo life. So yeah, it was just craziness, Amy. It was craziness.
Yeah.
Just how fast people are going to judge me. The whole reel itself is about 5 seconds long.
Yeah. And I guess like for you though, because you're obviously someone who does work on your mindset, but like for me, well, I'll just say my perspective of this, for people that are a bit sensitive and shit, like, wow. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's, and I'm not like super sensitive, but I'm like, if you were someone who was quite sensitive, it's like, wow. But when you're putting stuff online, you really are just putting it out there for the whole world to judge you. And that's what it comes back to.
Correct. I know I hear the phrase, you can give it, but you can't take it. But I really feel like if you are going to be out in public saying things that are apparently quite controversial,
Apparently.
people are going to have their opinions. People are going to be triggered. I think I was just a bit ignorant to how easily triggered our society.
Weird.
I don't even know when that cut out. We've had a technical difficulty.
We're back. It could be a 2-part series. We're not sure
But
yet.
we're back. Yeah, I think what genuinely shocked me was, how triggered everyone is and how fast we are to judge based on absolutely nothing.
Yeah, 100%. Did it actually surprise you though? Or were you like, or have you seen kind of like it happen on social media to other people? So you're like, it's the game.
100%. And I think a part of me has always been like, oh no, I've made it when
When you have haters.
I start getting those comments. Because even when you see it on other people's posts, at least this is my perception, I'll read them and be like, wow, this is just someone sharing their opinion. And you don't have to agree.
Yeah.
And there's some people out there with some pretty gnarly opinions on things way outside the hospitality realm.
Definitely.
Do you know what I mean? And it was just, no, you're right. Like I was surprised, but I also, after I'd read through them all, I was not surprised. Yeah.
It's like, you know, the word or the phrase that comes up that I absolutely love is when emotions are high, intelligence is low.
Yes. 1,000 times over. 1,000 times over.
So when you really hit someone in the emotions and trigger the shit out of them, whether it's good or bad, their intelligence just goes, and I've been there, we've all been there. Like I'd say I'm quite intelligent, you know, but like there's times where I'm not because I'm really
intelligent, beautiful, compassionate, funny, kind. Hello.
That's the thing. Like you can, like your emotions we're human. They can dictate your actual level of intelligence in that moment at times.
Correct.
And actually say things that, you know, a normal person or you normally wouldn't be triggered by or you normally wouldn't maybe say. I'm not sure really where I was going with that, but it's interesting. It's an interesting, like, it's kind of almost an interesting human behavior experiment.
No, and God, I feel like you're going to just get dragged over the coals, whatever you say. But I actually really enjoyed the whole day of it because I found it so interesting. I found it so incredibly interesting. And because I'm studying counseling. We obviously met doing personal development and mindset growth stuff, and particularly looking into the fact that there's always two sides to everything.
The balance.
Correct. And I just went into it with such intrigue that I had such a fascinating day, honestly. And because it was never one moment where I was like, oh my God, what a piece of shit I am, which was nice for me.
You're absolutely not a piece of shit. You're amazing. You're beautiful. You're caring.
Oh my God, stop. But, there was no, like, spiraling because
Yeah.
I just found the whole thing so interesting.
Yeah, I think it is very interesting, but it kind of like shows you there's like that other side, right? Like we look at influencers potentially and go, oh, like I wish I had a big following and I wish I had that platform or like that side of things. But there is like, it's really the balance. Like there's good and bad and everything. So like when you got a big following, you got a shit ton more people that judge you.
Totally. In saying that as well, I don't know how I'd be affected if I was getting those comments like on every single post.
Exactly. Like a daily thing, like which a lot of people do.
Yeah. And then when you see, I can't even think of someone off the top of my head, but someone that might be a bit controversial, it would affect your mental health eventually, I think,
Yeah.
over time.
So I guess like for someone that is in the public eye regularly, like how would they build resistance to that then? Like what?
I would love to sit with Donald Trump and do a masterclass on that.
I just think he doesn't give a flying fuck what anyone thinks, to be honest.
And is that the thing? Because at the end of the day, would he just be like, well, who cares? I'm living the life that I want to be living. I've got a vision for this country, and off he goes. Probably get dragged over the coals for saying Donald Trump, but I think his mental health's pretty good.
Yeah, like he seems like overall he seems pretty fine and like, you know, like he's not, I mean, yeah, and he can cop a lot of like, I mean, that dude cops probably the most criticism in the whole world. Well, let's be real.
It's crazy.
But that's the thing, does he just not scroll? Like he's, you know, potentially he's got, but he likes to rage bait people too a little bit. Like I have seen that side of him.
Yes.
Where he posts stuff just to like rage bait. And so like that's a whole nother level of what we're talking about as well, because it's like I want to piss people off to get more traction. But then I think that's what it takes these days is I think like if you want to do well and like build a business or have like use social media and stuff, like really you're competing with millions of other accounts out there and you have to do something that's controversial, that's entertaining, that's so different that people do stop the troll and go, what? Like, you know, because yeah, if it's not something completely different to what we're used to looking at, we're just going to be like, oh, like scroll past it, you know?
So true. So true. Which is crazy to think that maybe if you want to make a change in the world, you need to be a little bit prepared to ruffle some feathers.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah, and I think it comes true though. Like you never like the thing is we all have different opinions, we all have different experiences, we all have different perceptions. So like it would actually be pretty boring if we all agreed on the same thing. Like the world would probably be like, well,
correct,
we're in a house right now or have the internet or be doing a podcast. Like, you know, we'd all be like, yeah. It's just like the human brain and the way that humans have done things and thought about things and been like, well, I'm going to try this, I'm going to try that and be different is the reason we have all the shit we have around us today. Technology.
So true.
So I guess like in saying that, it's like it is unrealistic to think that we're going to only have people that go, yes, you're right. You're amazing. You're right. Yes, yes, yes. Like you're always going to have people that butt their head up against and go, well, actually, you're not right. I think I look at stuff like there's probably things I look at daily that I think, fuck, what? But I don't comment on it or like say anything because I'm just like, oh, you know, like I'll think about it in that moment for 1 second, but then I move on with my life. Like,
yes. And I found, because I did start to comment on a few of them and then no one really replied. And I thought, is that because they're just off like on the next one already? They're just gone?
Yeah. Pretty much. Or they don't know what to say back to you if you had a, like, you know, intelligent or came to them with, you know, intelligence or whatever, like however you approached it, they probably were like, ooh.
Yeah. And you're so right with what you said before when emotions are high, intelligence is low. I remember thinking there's just nothing I could write as well.
Exactly.
There's nothing, even if it was a scientifically correct fail-safe response, someone will pick apart something in there because it's already this inflammatory setting.
Well, yes. And my question to you is like, what was your purpose of responding to each person? I know you said you started, but then you stopped.
Probably more from the human behavior side to see if I could disarm someone or if someone said something and I could sort of see that maybe they could be open-minded to my perspective.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah. because I knew I was never going to write anything that would make anyone change their minds with their comments. But I just thought I'm just gonna change tactics and just write something. Well, most stuff was quite nice.
It was. I kind of felt like, I was like, was she being a smartass? Is she just... Which, look, that's fine too. Trigger the other trigger the person even more. Let's go. It's definitely entertainment to keep you going for a while.
Definitely.
So I guess on that too, like mindset wise, like what kind of came up for you? Was there anything, or do you feel like you're like kind of, you weren't really like, other than being like, what the fuck and surprised, do you feel like it was just like, oh.
Yeah, it was literally like that. It was actually alarming how little I was affected.
Wow.
Yeah, which was really surprising to me. Even I messaged my partner in the morning and I was like, look at these comments on this reel. And he was like, oh my God, are you all right? How are you going? Like, are you going to take it down? And I was just, I had nothing for the whole day. Completely neutral. I just remember thinking,
cool.
I've just got to, like, what's the next reel I'm going to put up? What do I need to get done today? Like, it was just like trickling on to the next thing, which that's probably the weirdest thing for me, because if I'd put that reel up 10 years ago, it wouldn't be up still.
Yeah.
There's no way. Or if it was up, what I was commenting back to people would have sounded very different.
Do you think you even would have had the courage to maybe put a post up 10 years ago like that?
Definitely not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely not. Yeah.
It's really cool when these situations happen, and it can give us the opportunity to actually look back and go, wow, I've come far. How far have I grown? Like, Jesus.
Yeah, totally. Well, maybe not like Jesus, but
Jesus. But yeah, I think it's like, it is those opportunities though to like look back, because you know what I find is like so many people look so forward all the time. Like, we're like, what's next? What's next? What's next? It's like we don't actually just stop and go, wait, because we're always like on to, like, we might achieve something, like, oh cool, what's next? But then we don't look back and go, oh fuck, where was I, a year ago, 10 years ago? Like, wow, I've actually achieved so much in that time.
100%. Man, if I think back to when I was 30, people think that people don't change, but that's just untrue.
Yeah.
Untrue. You can absolutely remain the same for sure, but I just think if you want to make changes in your life, if you're not happy with, I'll use my example when I was 30, if you're not happy with how reactive you are, with how, a lot of abandonment issues, a lot of all this sort of stuff, I was like, I can't stay like this. There's no way I want to live my life in this pit of victim mindset. Everyone's going to leave me, worthless piece of shit. Like, no way. Who I am now and who I was 10 years ago, far out.
Totally. Yeah. It's like chalk and cheese sometimes when you think about it. Same with me. Yeah. Same with me. Like, I used to think, like, I know it's something for me that I call myself this now, but I'm a recovering overthinker. Because, like, I used to overthink every...
Congratulations.
Recovery. I just do it as a joke. But I feel like it completely, really. Like, it does creep back every so often, but I feel like something that I would have overthought for, like, weeks or days, I might overthink it for a minute, and then it's just gone.
Yeah.
And I didn't even think about it again. And I'm like, it wasn't until I actually, like, thought about it. It wasn't until I thought about my overthinking and how I'm like, fuck, like, I used to overthink like, I'd have conversations with people, like, not so much like at work and stuff, but more like and we're going back maybe 6 years ago, 7, 8, maybe even 10 years ago, but I'd have conversations with people in my life and I would overthink that. I'd be like, oh my God, did I say the wrong thing? Do they think I'm an idiot? Like, oh God, did I offend them? Did I say something stupid? And I'm like, how the fuck did I live like that?
Yes.
But then,
so interesting.
Yeah, but that's literally how I live. Or something would upset me and it would be like, I'd be upset for days, weeks, whatever. And like now I can say, like, if I know something's holding on, like a niggling thing for longer than, a day or something like that, I'm like, okay, I probably need to like figure this out. Like, I'll journal or I'll use tool to kind of like balance it out or whatever, or I'll talk to someone and be like, hey, like this happened. And then even sometimes just talking about it, like not bitching and whinging, but talking about it really helps. But yeah, like I look back and I go, God, I can't believe, like, I would have been one of those people that would have commented on your post and been like, you're a fuckwit. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, maybe, I don't know. I don't think I've ever really been like that, but you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that was my level of thought is like, you know, and I was watching something interesting the other day and it really made me like, I feel like this is relevant to this somehow, but it was like, you know, some people actually live their life. They don't actually think about anything further than the next couple of hours or the next day. Like that's their people in society. That's why the example that person used who I saw this reel talking about it was that like, that's why someone will go and rob, like they'll go rob a bank or rob a shop or something, and then they'll just pull up at the servo and, you know, fill the car up and have a chat and then go pay for it or whatever. And then the cops are there and they go like, oh, fuck. They forgot that they'd fucking just robbed a bank an hour ago and they get done for it because they forgot about it.
Yeah.
Like they're literally, they like their spatial awareness is like the next thing that they're doing, not actually like the past or even the present or the future. It's just, literally, it's just like, fuck. I don't know. It's really interesting concept to think about, I think. It's like
that is just like living moment by or not having the foresight for anything further than a few hours, right? Is that what you mean? Yeah, that's so interesting.
But that's why people, you know, do like, and I mean, just as a, you know, I guess an example, people do illegal shit and don't think of the consequences. Like they'll just go shoot someone and be like, fuck, I shot someone. But because they're not actually able to think further than like the next hour of their life or that moment. And it blows my mind. So like I feel like anyone that actually visualizes or has goals for their future and stuff like that, you're way ahead of majority of the population, to be honest.
100%.
Because yeah, a lot of people are just living literally, and that's like living day by day, moment by moment. Just like, oh well, just shoot someone, go get a coffee, get arrested. Like, oh what? Oh fuck, I got arrested. Well, yeah, you shot someone. Like, what do you think is gonna happen? Like,
it's the example that you've come up with as well.
They shot someone.
Just shoot someone.
Rob a bank. I feel like, and even shooting someone or robbing a bank, that's very American concepts, aren't they? Or like, I mean, people
absolutely.
People don't get shot very often in Australia. But yeah, it's interesting. So like those people commenting on that post, so in my mind, either they're very passionate and you triggered the fuck out of them, or they're just people that just literally can't think more than 5 seconds ahead of them.
Correct. I reckon if you could somehow interview the people that commented, I reckon it would be a combination. I really felt like it was a certain amount of people that just thought I was an ass kisser. There was a certain amount of people that thought I am trying to say, work yourself to the bone, have no life, because that's what you'll get in hospitality. And then I feel like there was just a few, like, they just went straight to that, like, political, you know, comparisons. Yeah. And some people that just want to, just have a crack.
Just like, fuck it. Just take a crack at old SEZ for, keyboard warriors. Yeah.
Because I found it interesting too, is that if anyone had taken the time to maybe go into my profile, for example, and have a look, I thought there would be more comments about the fact that I'm doing counselling.
Yeah, right.
But it was like, it's such an instant reaction to the reel. It's not like it makes me think of Ted Lasso. That quote, you know, be curious, not judgmental. Like if people were curious, maybe they'd go to my profile and be like, oh, she's doing counselling. Oh, no, I can scroll down and, you know, have a bit of a look. But
I feel like so quick. Made it worse though. They'd be like, you're doing counselling and you're.
That's right. But in my mind, I thought no one's made that connection. So no one's actually just gone that tiny extra step.
Yeah.
To look at me a little bit more. So I found that really interesting as well, Amy.
That is interesting. It is very interesting because it's almost like just dissecting the human behavior behind.
Yeah, which is what we love, right?
They do. Like, why the fuck do people do this shit?
And you wish you could find someone that could have a conversation like this where we would be respectful to them, they would be respectful to us. Hey, you're a bit of an internet troll. You comment on people's things. You always look very easily inflamed. Can you just walk us through what's going on? What are you hoping to achieve? But I suppose the chances of that being that it would have to be a conversation like this where they would be able to answer those questions might be slim to none. If there are any inflamed internet trolls listening that would like to have a conversation, I would personally love to welcome you to the podcast. I got questions.
It's very funny that we're talking about this right now because it clicked in my mind. I can't name names or talk about the association, but I actually know someone who is an internet troll.
No way!
It's just come to my mind then because I'm like, wait, because I'll be talking to this person and they're like, oh, I just posted in this group and did this and said this, and like, I'm like, why? They're like, oh, just rile a few feathers up, like.
Oh, so is that what that drive is? Like,
I don't know. I think it's almost like my life. Look, I'd say probably a few things. Probably someone that's like got a bit of ADHD or something like that, gets bored fucking easily, gets distracted easily, wants to likes the drama, like won't admit is a bit connected to the drama and like that element, and then getting on people's nerves because you're like pushing people that push other people's buttons. We all know someone that does that, right?
That's so true. And you get pleasure from that, right? That's the whole thing with that. They actually get genuine pleasure from the reaction.
No shit. That's what they're getting. They're getting like, so you actually responding to them in a nice way is probably a trigger for them, but not responding at all is probably a trigger for them. But then they probably they probably also scrolled on to the next thing and they were already fucking abusing, like trolling someone else. But yes, it's interesting because now I've just remembered that I do know someone that does that. And I'd be like, why? And they're like, because it's funny, because I fucking hate that bitch. Because like it could be any reason, Yeah. I'll talk to them. I'll be like, would you like to come?
We won't shoot video and I'll try and work out how to change.
God! They could be like black screen, no name. Oh my God, that's so funny.
We'll do like the robot voice for them when they answer.
Oh my God, this is like the best idea. So, okay, anyone else there? I don't think I'll be able to get my guest on to talk about this. Probably be a bit complicated. I will ask though. I'm not going to not ask. But anyone else out there, if you want to come on, you can stay anonymous. You can be anon.
Maybe I'll put a reel up on my Instagram and see if anyone responds.
You can be anon if you're listening, and you can just message us and be like, hey, I'm one of these people. I'd love to come on and talk about it so you guys can get a better understanding about like why. And I honestly think it's people bored with nothing better to do. They're going to do something constructive with their lives. Or it could be just that time at night where they're a bit like, just chilling. Because you said you went to bed and then all these comments popped up too.
Yeah, so I was sort of assuming that a lot of the people that were commenting were not from Australia.
Okay, maybe. Or maybe they were just scrolling before they went to bed.
Or just having a scroll.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm going to get this bitch. Okay. I need to get my fill before I go to sleep. I don't know.
I think my favorite comment was, it was like, all your work colleagues hate you. I know for fact. All the people that work with you and your managers hate you. I know that for a fact. Yeah. Maybe they do. They do.
They're no longer your work colleagues or managers.
Well,
so it doesn't matter
anymore, bitches.
Send me all your email.
I think this was the other thing too. It's like you've got to meet people where they are.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's it.
You've just got to take people at face value. I'm not going to change anyone's mind on that post. I'm not going to make a big dent in society. I'll just take you as you are. And how beautiful that people have so much passion. It's got to be channeled into something that brings them joy, is my hope.
Maybe it does bring them joy, though. That's the point.
That's so true. That's so true.
Maybe you've brought them joy by them being able to troll you. Do you know what I mean? Like maybe you've
joy creator.
You are.
I'm creating joy.
Now, when you respond to all of them now, be like, I gave you joy. Funny. But I think it comes down to too, like, the reason like you and I connect and like we've connected with a lot of people that we've done personal development with is because you can't always you have different conversations with those people that understand things the way that you understand them, or that have similar, I guess, belief systems around mindset, personal development, that sort of thing.
Yes, definitely. I still do think that most people, when you go into the personal development that we have done, where someone says to you, well, there actually are benefits to that trauma. When it's the first time you've heard that, you go, what do you mean? I've paid this money to hear that whatever shit I've gone through, you're telling me that there's some, however they want to word it, good benefits, positives.
Yeah.
That's the hardest pill to swallow. But once that's down, once you've swallowed that, you can then move forward with the rest of your life.
Absolutely. And it's like the Matrix, right? It's like, do you want to take the blue pill or the red pill?
Yes.
I don't know
Yes.
if that's a good reference, but it is like it's like, okay, so because I don't know this verbatim, but the Matrix, the red pill and the blue pill represent a choice between a difficult truth or a comforting illusion. So it's the perfect metaphor for this. Realistically, you can have a difficult truth in knowing that, potentially a lot of the stuff in your life and your mindset and all those things are your responsibility to deal with. Or you could have a comforting illusion that, well, actually, I'll just blame every other fucker out there for everything that's ever happened to me. Either way, in the difficult truth comes the comfort. And the illusion is the difficulty that you have to live with. So either way, you're getting both.
Correct. Once you can wrap your head around that.
Come and see us. No, give us some hate mail or fan mail or be like, he told me it's all my fault. Like, well, fuck, it is. But yeah.
Yeah.
It's the balance, baby. It's the balance.
It is the balance, and it's all a learning curve. And it made me realize that like we were saying before, I just realized I was like, I think I can do this social media thing. Like, I think I'm going to be okay. But it also made me think like I was probably better at not caring what people think from that reel, but maybe in real life, in real person, that's something I probably do struggle with. So I found that quite interesting.
So do you mean like if someone, do you mean in like, sorry, just so I understand, do you mean like if I was in front of you right now and giving you that sort of like hate or something, you wouldn't handle that? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, like if it was someone I really knew or someone that I thought really knew me, I think I would take that more personally.
Absolutely. I think,
Yeah.
yeah,
Which is probably a whole other layer.
it is, but then you don't know until it happens, right? So like that's the other
This is
thing.
it.
Like, well, you don't know. So like it's like what I always say to people, like, or I always think to myself, like, what's the worst that can happen? Like it's, you put
Yes.
yourself out there and you won't actually know what the worst is until it happens. Or, if someone that, was really important to you was like, hey, why did you do that? Well, maybe that's an opportunity for you to teach them something or for them to teach you something, which are opportunities, I guess.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, but I see what you mean. Like, I think I would probably feel the same because I feel like sometimes posting on social media, I'm like, oh, like, I don't want to sound like a dickhead, but then I'm like, I am a dickhead. Like, I like to have fun and I like to not be like, there's times to be serious, but I'm not like a very serious person, generally speaking. Like, I like to have a laugh and stuff. So, but then I've had those thoughts too. Like, am I posting shit on social media? People are going to take that the wrong way. But then I'm like, well, does it fucking matter? Like, because I think in most cases, it's like anything, right? Like, most people are just worried and overthinking their own shit, let alone yours.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's what I always try to remind me. Like, I'm actually not that special and not on anyone's mind enough to be like worried about what I'm doing.
Which is such, special. Yeah, that's such a good way of looking at it. Even though you are special to people like me, right?
No, yeah. Well, we are special, but I think, well, and the other thing, part of that too, if I'm special enough to take up that much time and space and energy in someone's life that they're gonna, be so worried about what I'm doing or posting, then fucking cool.
Yes.
That's their shit,
Absolutely. That's their own shit to deal with.
Yeah.
100%.
Maybe they should be more worried about what they're doing. And then that comes back to me worrying about what I'm doing. And then it's a big loop. So
in the end, just focus on what you're doing. People are going to have all kinds of opinions about you. It just doesn't matter. Just fucking you do you.
What's the worst that can happen? Do you.
What is worst case scenario? 100%.
Love it.
Love it.
Love it too.
I love it. I wonder what my next controversial post will be, Amy. Have to start thinking about that. Might go have a few Negronis and see
See what comes up.
see what going. I was having the time of my life too. I was like, oh, I'm gonna put this up, little Negroni, beautiful, right? This out, and then next morning I was like, oh, okay, what the fuck is happening?
That is awesome. You know
Gone
what?
viral.
Maybe do a post on the people that posted.
I was thinking about that, but then is it like giving them airtime?
Give the people what they want. Give the people what they want. No, I don't think it's giving them energy. It could be like your take on it, or
so
like,
true.
It could just be like SEZ's kind of like thoughts on this, and like
series.
Who knows? I'm doing that.
Sorry if you can hear my dog as well. He's just going, what are you doing?
He's cute.
I can hear him just, he's taken my shoe. You can see the shoe is gone.
Puppies love everything, especially shoes, because they smell so good.
Yeah, because he's lost a tooth.
Oh,
he's losing his little teeth. So he's just chewing anything that is rubbery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least he's small, so hopefully he doesn't put many dents or just damage your stuff too much.
Yeah, that's true. They're like little needles though. So you can just see like the little holes. A pair of my Birkenstocks have got some really nice little nibble in the top. Some punctures, some puncture wounds.
Thanks. How'd you choose the expensive ones? Got expensive taste.
Yeah, look. So I can't be unhappy about that.
Yeah, it's got good taste.
Well, I enjoyed that deep dive, Amy.
I think it was good. I hope everyone got value from it. I think, we went through human behavior a little bit, mindset, influencer, our new influencer in the house. Gone viral. Woo! Everyone go and check out the post in the comments. Probably trigger you too. So let's get everyone triggered.
I think the message is too, like, everyone has something valuable to share. Oh my God. Excuse me, I'm trying to podcast here.
He's like, nah.
You can't let some negative comments stop you, because I feel like I have so much still that I want to put out there and share, and there's no way that would stop me, is what I'm getting at with that.
That's awesome. It's probably a real good testing ground too, to like see
definitely
how you dealt with it, because like, it was unexpected. You're not expecting it. I mean, how many did your just out of curiosity too, how much did your followers go up by?
Follows like ever in such a short period of time. And you know what else? I think it ended up being, I say the most followers, it was 11, but that is so exciting for me. That is so exciting. But I didn't lose any people.
Ooh.
Yeah. This is what I found interesting as well, because I thought, oh God, here we go. Someone's going to read that now and be like, unfollow, but no one unfollowed me, which made me really think that at least I'm attracting and maintaining the right audience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I excuse me one moment?
No, that's cool. Because I know you've mentioned in the past that when you've done posts, you've had lost, a couple of people here and there and that side of things. But I think considering you did something quite controversial and you gained followers, that's always a good sign.
That's what I reckon as well.
Hi, Thea.
Hi, everyone on the podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Theo here.
Oh my God.
Theo here. Hello. My miniature Dachshund that's
so bloody
causing havoc.
Does he need to be groomed?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
No shedding.
Oh, nice. So he will need to be trimmed, but he doesn't shed.
Correct.
So he loses no fur.
Loses no fur.
Wow.
I know, Miss Dog Expert. That's going to be another podcast, by the way.
My God. I was like, SEZ showed me her dog, and I'm like, what kind of dog is that? Like, I'm just like mind blown. Anyway, meanwhile, I'm a dog breed expert, because I was at the RSPCA for, well, probably shouldn't say where I was, but I was at the RSPCA for like 10 years, and we actually went through training to become like breed,
No way.
Yeah, like in-house training, but like over 10 years, I mean, that's a lot of dogs that I intook and adopted out of the shelter and stuff. And so we had to and you know what? There was people that I worked with that were way better than I was. Like they could just be like, bang, that's what that is. But I'm still up there. I'd say I'm still up there. But Theo totally mind boggled me. I've never heard of that breed of dog before, of that breed of Dachshund, and I've never like seen one. And so, yeah, crazy.
I was talking to the breeder, and we can definitely do another podcast on this, but she was saying they're only new into Australia not that long ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Because it's like long hair cross wire hair Dachshund.
Okay. Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like a hybrid of the Dachshunds, but it's its own breed now.
Correct. And I believe it may be in America and actually maybe in some groups in Australia that like they don't recognize them as like a proper Dachshund, even though it is from, it's like the long hair and the wire hair, which were obviously bred from other dogs somewhere up along the line. Like you can't get a long-haired Dachshund from nothing.
Yeah, it's
You know what I mean?
because they've got to like have a lot, like they've got to have a line of that specific breed for quite a long time before they actually say this is a breed. And like some breeds that are like, I believe, I'm a bit rusty with that sort of information, but I believe back in America, they will very quickly name breeds a breed, whereas in Australia and other you got a few more loopholes to jump through, and I'd like a few more things to jump through to try and get it like an actual breed with the breed association. So that could be it too. Like it could just be, if it is quite new, like the breed, it might not actually even be recognized in Australia as like its own standalone breed. At the moment, it would be like a Dachshund cross this sort of thing, like cross Dachshund.
I'm hoping the breeder will come on and she can talk about it, but it is quite controversial. It is quite a controversial thing. And sometimes when she does post, like she'll get people, again, the beauty of social media, really, really abusive messages about the silky wire breed. Yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh, we should totally get her on.
No, I'd love to. I would love to. I think she'd be so great to talk to because, when she reached out to me because of my post and then we started talking about her social media as well. And she said, sometimes when I put stuff up about the silky wire, sometimes
there's passionate people out there about this sort of stuff, honestly.
I tell you what.
Yeah. So I know people that have bred dogs, but also showed them. It's savage.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, it's cutthroat industry.
It would be. Yeah.
These people, they spend so much money and so much time and so much effort grooming their dogs and, feeding them all the things and doing all the stuff. 100%. And then, it's very cutthroat.
Again, does the human behavior person in you go, God, I'd love to just get in to that community and just again, ask some questions. I've got questions.
Yeah. 100%.
I am that curious person. I want to know all the things.
Well, back in the day, a few years, we're talking years and years ago now, I met a lady who breeds guinea pigs, but she bred pedigree guinea pig.
A pedigree guinea pig?
Yeah. I'm not joking you. So there's it's a thing and they have papers and they show them, right?
No way.
Serious. Yeah. Guinea pigs. And she was those crazy people I'm sorry if you're listening, but lovely, lovely lady. But very passionate and very deeply committed to ensuring the breed lines and all that sort of stuff.
Wow.
So, yeah. Wow. She had a waiting list for her.
No way.
Babies. Yeah.
Do you know how much one costs by any chance?
Look, it wasn't, and we're talking 15, 20 years ago-ish that I knew of this lady. They were probably the guinea pigs were probably about $80 to $100 then.
Okay, which is a fair go for a guinea pig, right?
Yeah, because I think in the pet shop, well, look, I don't know how much pet shops or anyone or whoever sells them these days, but you're looking about $20 to $30 for a standard guinea pig. So she used to do the Texel, and I just Googled it because I couldn't remember what they were called. Texel, which is long, soft ringlets down the back and a bare face. Oh my God, you have to Google it to look at.
Sorry?
They're called a Texel. So Texel, long, soft ringlets down the back with a bare face. You have to Google them just to have a look. Look up curly guinea pigs breeds. It's intense.
Oh my God, it sort of looks like my dog.
Shit. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a silky wire guinea pig.
No, I'm serious. Like they're actually beautiful. But yes, like people don't realize there's people that breed every single like living animal out there that's like passionate about it.
Can you see that? Look at that. It's got a little bow in its hair.
Anyone watching? Oh,
Wow.
it's cute. It's cute.
This
But
is why I love our little podcast, Amy, because you just never know what I'm going to learn. Texel guinea pig. Wow.
cute. They are cute. Cute, but yeah, there's someone out there to breed everything, and lucky because otherwise we wouldn't have these amazing creatures in our world because no one would care or breed
So
them.
true.
You know what I mean?
So true.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go for a deep dive now down guinea pig breeding.
Yeah.
This is what happens.
Look up breeders and stuff. They're serious. You got to go on waiting lists, and you need, a lot of the time they want you to make sure that you're like a decent person.
Legit.
Look, it's good. Like I like that about. I think if people are going to breed animals, I think they need to do it correctly.
Absolutely.
Like yeah, that's a whole nother podcast episode. I think
Definitely. Which my dog's going psycho, so I'm gonna wrap this up for us.
Yeah.
He's probably like, what are you doing? It is 20 minutes past my dinner time.
He's like, I'm hungry. Hello. No, awesome. Well, another great deep dive into random stuff. We touched on guinea pigs, dog breeds, the craziness that comes with that, viral posts, and all
social media,
all the very unstable things in between.
Like and subscribe,
everyone. Like and subscribe. And yes, if you would like to come on and be a ghost interviewee,
internet troll,
we'd love it. It would be cool. I'm cool.
I'm literally going to put it on my Instagram now to see if anyone responds. I'm just going to put it out to the world.
Do it. I love it. Yeah. I think it's a great idea. Who else is
even if they come on and they're just triggered as hell for an hour, let's do it.
Look, if anyone wants to come on and talk about controversial shit, we are happy for you to be a ghost person, like an on. And because there's many topics out there that people do want to discuss on a forum, and have people like us that are quite balanced to maybe just ask questions and be curious about it.
So true.
So this could be like a good platform for that as well. Like obviously.
Yes, I love it.
I think it's a cool idea.
Because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set up an anonymous survey for people to put in their questions or tell us some sort of unhinged story. Submit your stuff.
That could be our next episode. That's our next episode.
Yes. All right. I'm going to set that up now and I'll put the link on our Instagram. And yeah, if you've got a question for us, or if you've got a crazy story, or if you are someone that's got a controversial job, been in controversial scenario, and of course you can remain anonymous. It'll be a completely anonymous survey. Or if you are wanting to come on the podcast and talk about it, we have an email on our Instagram as well. So you got options, guys. You've got so many options.
So many options. Let's do it.
All right. Risk it for the biscuit.
Risk it for the biscuit. Like and subscribe.
Bye.